Hello, everybody. I just woke up today to many supportive notifications, and firstly, I want to thank you all for your kind messages. Uh, to some people who are concerned about my well being, don't be, I'm fine, don't worry. I really want to thank my friends who helped spread the news around, especially CM Koseman. He is always a sweetheart. Like, people say never meet your heroes, but like he has completely disproven that trope for me. Because he is exactly how you imagine him. Anyway, what you all are probably wondering is what I think about Edge's apology that he posted in his community notes. And, well, as it was originally posted, like before he edited it, he didn't even mention who he plagiarized, which is kind of like a further insult, considering that this whole thing was about not crediting me. But at least he changed it after I called him out on it. And he reduced his plagiarism just down to paraphrasing, which, firstly, what he did was not paraphrasing. Secondly, even if it was, that was not the only thing he did. And thirdly, most concerning is he said a thing that he does while writing a script is that he copy pastes a source and then rewrites it. And that is very concerning. That is not how you should be writing your scripts. That even if your intention isn't to plagiarize, this is still an invitation for other people to accuse you of plagiarism. So that really needs to change. And you know what? If his rewriting process in the past was much more extensive, and this was just one time where he got really lazy and he will never do it again, then let's just let it be. Good for him that he tries to improve. I mean, after all, he's just a young person trying to make it big on the internet like most of us, and I don't want to stand in the way of that. If, however, more things like this are discovered on his channel, then I was at least glad to have been the catalyst for that. But really, I just want to leave it be for now. I won't make any more videos about this topic unless something very serious happens again. For now, I am just shitposting about this situation because humor is a coping mechanism of mine. And this video is another big shitpost, but we will come to that later. Because first I have to address whether this video is also the 1000 subscriber special, because as of recording I just passed that threshold. But it kind of feels too unceremonious for that. So my first question to all of you new people subscribing to me, what would you like me to do for a true 1k subscriber special? Just post it in the comments. It can be whatever you want, as long as I guess it is relevant to all of the content I make. And now to the true topic of this video. Yesterday, as I was falling asleep, I remembered a time when someone was correctly crediting me, correctly quoting and citing me, and it couldn't have come from a more ironic source. It was David Peters on Reptile, not reptileevolution.com, it was the pterosaurheresies.com, his blog. And you all probably know David Peters. He is infamous for his very weird ideas regarding the life appearance of pterosaurs, as well as the whole structure of the vertebrate family tree. And I want to make it clear, I do not support any of those ideas. I think his idiosyncratic methods are very flawed, and when he uses his DPS, or what was it called, DGS method, he just sees things that aren't really there. But anyway, this isn't here to call out bad behavior, I'm actually here to call out good behavior, because here in this post about Kentrosaurus, David Peters cites me, and yeah, he does a pretty good job at it. I mean, props to him, not bad. The post is about the bipedal capabilities of Kentrosaurus and Stegosaurus in general, and yeah, the first thing he cites, this paper from 2008, is I guess the most relevant, because it is about footprints of Stegosaurus which only show the hind feet, and I guess it needs to be emphasized because this is a David Peters post, but what he is writing about here is actually very valid. There is enough reason to assume that Stegosaurus could very well walk on their hind legs, and maybe did so regularly. Apart from the Morrison footprints cited here, there are also trace fossils in Australia that show the same, and just as the general anatomy of these animals seems suited for that type of locomotion. It is a bit weird though that he cites the historic section of my blog, where I talk about Marsh's very first interpretation of Stegosaurus, because that doesn't really seem relevant to modern research, because Marsh was partially basing off that assumption on bones that later turned out to not be from Stegosaurus. But I guess he just wants to make a point here that maybe Marsh already was onto something, and I guess that's fair. I guess the reason why I am showcasing this is because there is just such an absolute and sweet irony in a person that is infamous for spreading misinformation doing a better job at citing their sources than a major educational YouTube channel. So I guess plus point for David, minus point for Destin. And yeah, David Peters, you have my respect, at least for this. At least you know how to cite your sources and you don't plagiarize anyone. So I can respect you on that manner. When it comes to your other stuff, like, I mean, you are entitled to your opinions. I can't tell you what you think pterosaurs looked like. I just wish you wouldn't go around forums like an online troll presenting your ideas as fact. You can write as much as you want about extinct animals, but you should always present it as just your opinion. I think there are better ways to spend your free time in retirement. Like, maybe you could do paleo art again, like you did back in the 90s. For the time, your art was actually quite good, and I would love to see that David Peters again. For anyone else watching, thank you all for your kind and supportive words, and I hope you are all doing well, and see you until the next video. Bye!